Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join Libertyville High School's choral director, Dr. Jeff Brown, in singing America the Beautiful.
Thank you. Please be seated. You may be seated. Good evening, honored guests and fellow graduates. I am Ian Down, co-president of the class of 2017. It is my privilege to welcome you to the Libertyville High School class of 2017 commencement ceremony. Tonight, we proudly celebrate our achievements and fondly reflect on our experiences as Wildcats. On behalf of all graduates, I wish to thank those who join us this evening. We are successful because of your continual support, and we know that our accomplishments were made possible by your guidance and encouragement. I would now like to introduce to you Co-President of the Class of 2017, Neda Ahmed, for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner.
Now, I would like to introduce Chorale Director, Dr. Brown, and invite all senior choir members up to the stage.
Good evening. While the choir seniors of the class of 2017 come to the stage, I'd like to take this moment to highlight some of their attributes while they join us for our selection tonight. A lot of these students have been in choir since freshman year, and they have been a part of many, many activities. Some of them have traveled with us overseas on tours to France and to Italy. Just last week, we kicked off the 100th celebration of our high school, the 100th graduating class, with a special centennial concert that they were all a part of. And it's a very special group of students that we're going to miss greatly. We hope that you enjoy our gift to you this evening. Our song is called "You'll Be in My Heart."
take my hand, hold it tight. I will protect you from all around you. I will be here, don't you cry.
You're one so small, you seem so strong. My arms will hold you, keep you safe and warm. This bond between us can't be broken. I will be here, don't you cry. You'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. You'll be in my heart. No matter what they say, you'll be here in my heart always. Why can't they understand the way we feel? They just don't trust what they can't explain. I know we're different, but deep inside us, we're not that different at all. You'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. Don't listen to them, 'cause what do they know? We need each other to have to hold. They'll see in time. I know. When destiny calls you, you must be strong. It may not be with you, but you've got to hold on. They'll see in time. I know. Show them together, 'cause you'll be in my heart. You'll be in my heart. Stay on forevermore. You'll be in my heart. No matter what they say, you'll be here in my heart always. Always.
I'll be with you. I'll be there for you always.
Always and always. Just look over your shoulder. Just look over your shoulder. Just look over your shoulder. I'll be there always.
Hello, graduating class of 2017. My name is Georgia Sampson, also known as the big head up there. I've never been this big in my life. I am so honored to be talking with you guys this evening. I used to love the movies. I mean, I still love some movies, but I say used to because I used to love the movies more than anything else in the world. When I was in kindergarten, I would reenact parts of The Little Mermaid in my room until my mom told me they were tired, the people outside were tired of hearing part of your world. When I was in 3rd grade, I watched Matilda so many times that I thought I could move things with my mind. When I was in 8th grade, I watched and learned some of the words to The Breakfast Club just in case there was a time when I could quote it in my everyday life. I used to love the movies, and if there's one thing that I've learned from the movies, it's that life doesn't really go the way that you plan it. Going into high school, I thought I knew what this was all about. I mean, I had seen every High School Musical and had seen Pretty in Pink at least a dozen times, so what else could high school throw my way? According to the movies, our years at Libertyville should have felt unbearable. There should have been a group of mean kids out to get all of us. There should have been an unspoken rule that kids who got good grades weren't allowed to hang out with or even be kids who played sports. Libertyville High School should have been the worst. Thank God the movies were wrong. It seems that here everyone can be what they want to be. Athletes can get good grades, and musicians can play sports, and every one of us has our unique quirks. At Libertyville, we're more than just a brain, an athlete, a basket case, a princess, or a criminal. We're a little bit more than that. In this environment, we were allowed to direct our own truth. In this environment, we connected to each other. Whether it was through group projects or random seat placement, we met people who have probably shaped us into the people that we are today. In this environment, we complemented each other. Each person in this student body has added something that we probably could not live without. In this environment, we supported each other. I bet if you look around the room right now, you'll find at least 1 or 2 people who helped you out with a math problem, or helped you that time that you fell down the stairs, or helped you when you had a little piece of lettuce stuck in your teeth and you didn't know about it. But what was best about Libertyville is that whenever there was a tragedy, something so great that it felt that not even Shakespeare could have written it, we came together. Instead of hurling insults or injuries, we were there for one another. We made shirts and hashtags and memorials, and instead of pulling apart, we came together. So, I would like to say thank you to the people in this room. Thank you for standing with me. Thank you to the high school who has developed us into the graduates that we are today. Thank you to the staff and faculty who have shaped us throughout the last 4 years. Thank you to Dr. Marina Scott for showing endless positivity and leadership. Thank you to our families. And thank you to the graduating class of 2017. Thank you for being not only my peers, but my friends, my classmates, and my fellow Wildcats. Thank you for being the people that I spent every day from 7 to 3 with, because if you had to be stuck with a group of people for the last 4 years, this is a pretty great one. Thank you to all of the people who have shaped us and helped us grow, because from little freshmen to now, we have grown in the most dramatic ways. Now, it's time. It's time for us to go on. The future is waiting, and the movie can't continue without its main characters. We are stepping into uncharted territory, and while it may not be as foreign as Narnia, there is one thing that's for sure. We're gonna be on our own, And maybe someday some of us will be lucky enough to find fellow Wildcats and recount the scene by scene of our times at LHS. But for now, we go on. We change and we rewrite the script, but the Libertyville remains the beginning of the plot. See, that's what the movies didn't get right. The reality of LHS. We got to support each other and compliment each other and make friendships that might last a lifetime. And that was our reality for the last 4 years. See, when I was younger, I used to love the movies. But now, I prefer to look around at reality instead. Thank you. Now, please help me in welcoming our fellow graduate, Dr. Marina Scott, to the stage.
Thank you, Georgia. Good evening and welcome to our 2017 graduates, families, and friends. I'd also like to introduce special guests, Superintendent Dr. Prentice Lee, and District 128 board members. These individuals support us in making this day and the use of this magnificent facility possible. Graduation is always an amazing day for me. Today will be even more special because, as Georgia said, it is my last. I remember looking out at this group as freshmen and thinking, I'm going to graduate with them. They look like a pretty awesome group. Usually my intuition is pretty good, but that day, it was spot on. You have left an incredible mark on Libertyville High School in so many ways. People often refer to this mark people leave behind as a legacy. I've been thinking about that word a lot lately, perhaps because people have been asking me two questions over and over as I prepare to leave LHS. First, are you counting the days? Which is not relevant anymore because here we are on the last day, right? The second question is, what did you influence, or what is your legacy? Think about that word for a moment. Legacy, something handed down from one group to the next. I like Shannon Adler's definition. She says, a legacy is etched into the minds of others and embedded in the stories they share about you. What would your story sound like if you overheard others talking about you? Whenever I am asked about Libertyville High School, the stories I tell are always about you. If I had to summarize your collective story this evening, these are some of the things I would be sure to include. You, the class of 2017, initiated Wake Up Wildcats to brighten up our Monday mornings, a fun and creative communication medium for students and staff alike. It highlighted things we may have never discovered and just helped keep us in the know. Your class, as Georgia mentioned, fostered healing as you supported each other through multiple losses. It was a tough year for loss in our Wildcat community, and your support for each other was a constant source of hope and strength. Through Life of a Wildcat, you taught us that being healthier, happier, and higher performing in anything we do can be achieved by changing some of our basic habits, like sleeping, eating, avoidance of drugs and alcohol, and other mindful choices that promote wellness. You, the class of 2017, united the school by being so inclusive with school spirit at games, with school-led assemblies, and at dances, especially prom, as we now truly have a junior-senior prom. Your athleticism continued to shine season after season. In fact, we have 3 Wildcat teams still competing in their state series. Boys baseball competes against Mundelein on Thursday. Girls softball defeated Hersey 8-5 to move on to the sectional finals. and boys volleyball fought a hard-fought contest at Palatine this evening. Go Wildcats! Several of our activities have also been recognized as state and national models. One I'm so proud of, Best Buddies, was our Illinois Chapter of the Year. Our Nautilus also won a National Finalist Award as Yearbook of the Year. You took us to great heights with our fall musical, which was recently recognized by the Illinois High School Musical Theater Awards for acting, scenic design, and overall best production. You allowed me to experience fine arts firsthand by including me in the Putnam County Spelling Bee. I will never forget that experience. Your philanthropy efforts, Canned Food Drive, Witch Project, the Color Run, and others demonstrated that the Wildcat Way emanates from truly giving hearts. There are so many additional pages to your story that I don't have the time to tell tonight. However, each time I think about your story, I'm reminded that you are my legacy. Your leadership, your voice, the experiences and dreams you realized while at LHS are what have made being your principal so special to me. I can only hope that I have played a small role in developing an environment where you felt cared for, successful, and empowered. There's an African proverb that states, "Alone we move faster, but together we go farther." Tonight, let us celebrate how far we have come together. Ironically, at the same time, we're caught at the moment where our paths will also begin to diverge. It's exciting to realize what you have ahead of you. If I look at our records, 87% of you are attending four-year colleges. 11% are attending two-year colleges. 70% are venturing outside of Illinois to go to school. In fact, seniors will be attending college in 38 states, 4 foreign countries, including Canada, Ireland, Italy, and Spain. We are proud of each and every one of you and the paths you have chosen: furthering your education, serving in the military, taking a gap year to explore the world, or working in the community while planning your next steps. Before we send you off on your incredible journeys, there are a few more things I'd like to acknowledge and celebrate about your class. Our records show that we have 189 college scholarships and 146 community scholarships to celebrate. If the recipients of all those scholarships would please stand to be acknowledged. Thank you. You may be seated. You will notice that some graduates are wearing gold cords. These students are members of the National Honor Society. They were selected by the LHS faculty on the basis of their character, scholarship, leadership, and service. Collectively, they have engaged in thousands of hours of community service in our school and our community. If NHS members would please stand. Thank you. In your program, you will find a list of seniors who have been designated honor graduates because of their stellar academic record. Would these students please stand to be recognized? We have approximately 64 students wearing white tassels. These students served as student leaders in our Link Crew mentoring program. In their role, they provided support, advice, and encouragement to new freshmen as they entered the LHS community. If our Link Crew leaders could please stand to be recognized. We have 6 students wearing red, white, and blue tassels. This signifies their appointment to a military academy or enlistment in military service units. Would the following students please stand and remain standing as we will hold our applause till the end? William Becker, United States Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps. Christopher Hadevogel, United States Naval Reserve Officer Training Corps. Alexandra Hansen, Army ROTC Scholarship for Xavier University. Ryan O'Malley, appointment to the United States Military Academy, West Point. Clark Robertson, enlistment in the United States Marine Corps. Addison Whitney, appointment to the United States Air Force Academy. Thanks and congratulations to all of you for your commitment to serving your country. Very deserving. Thank you. My last acknowledgement is to our retirees. Joining me this year are Linda Ward and Diana Murphy. Thanks for your years of commitment and service to Libertyville High School. You will be missed. Although I have acknowledged a few special honors, I want to stress that everyone in the class of 2017 should feel honored here today. There is not one path to success. Each of you have contributed to our community in your own unique way. To quote the words of Carol Adams, treat your life as a sacred journey. It's about change, growth, discovery, transformation, and continuously expanding your vision of what is possible. Stretch your soul. Learn to see clearly and deeply. Listen to your intuition. Take courageous challenges at every step of the way. You are on the path exactly where you're meant to be right now. From here, you can only go forward, shaping your life into a magnificent tale, one of triumph, healing, courage, beauty, wisdom, dignity, and love. I have loved being your principal, LHS. At this time, I am proud to certify that all of you before me, if you would stand, the June graduates of the class of 2017 have met the requirements for graduation of both the State of Illinois and Community High School District 128. I present you to High School District 128 Superintendent, Dr. Prentice Lee.
You may be seated. Before I begin this evening, would you join me in recognizing and thanking one of the most caring, creative, innovative, and highly effective principals in the United States of America on her retirement. Please join me in a great round of applause for Dr. Marina Scott. Thank you. You may be seated. Well, good evening. I'm honored to be the superintendent at what I believe is the best high school district in the country, Community High School District 128. On behalf of the entire District 128 family, I want to express my sincere congratulations to all Libertyville High School students who comprise the outstanding class of 2017. You are truly special. Commencement is a very special time of year at District 128 because it is the culmination, recognition, and validation of 4 years of student commitment, dedication, and discipline in meeting our rigorous graduation requirements. And commencement is also a time to reflect back upon your many individual and team achievements and accomplishments in academics, the fine arts, athletics, activities, and community service during your 4 years at LHS. I have had the great pleasure and honor to watch you learn, grow, and add to the storied legacy of excellence at Libertyville High School over the past 4 years. In class of 2017, I can tell you that you are awesome and amazing. You have made a difference at your school, in the communities that we serve, and in many cases, also at the state, national, and international levels. It is indeed a pleasure to be a part of your commencement ceremony tonight. LHS graduates, you are surrounded tonight by the village that literally raised the child. Following a tradition started by former Superintendent Dr. David Clough, I would like the graduates to take a moment to join me in celebrating the very special family members and friends who are in attendance this evening. First, will all the parents and guardians of the graduates please stand and remain standing? Next, will all the grandparents of our graduates stand and be recognized if you are able? Now, will all faculty members in attendance this evening please stand? And finally, will all other relatives, friends, neighbors, and community members please stand as well? Graduates, let's give the village who raised you a big round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. Class of 2017, as we celebrate your accomplishments this evening, I hope that you feel surrounded by the spirit of goodwill from those who are gathered here to celebrate your commencement. Again, on behalf of the District 128 family, congratulations on your graduation. I know that you will do great things in the years to come. Thank you. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the members of the Board of Education in attendance this evening. Our District 128 School Board is seated on the stage and will participate in the distribution of diplomas later this evening. Board members, please stand as I call your name, and audience, please hold your applause until all the board members are introduced. First, Board President Pat Grudy. Board Vice President Jim Batson. Board Secretary Ellen Maurer, and board members Scott Luce and Karen Lundstedt. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. And finally, I would also like to recognize Spencer Bomruck and Daniel O., who as members of the class of 2017 served as the LHS Co-Student School Board representatives this year. Spencer and Daniel represented and served you and the Board of Education with distinction. Spencer and Daniel, please stand and be recognized. Great job, guys. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce Dr. Pat Grudy, District 128 Board President, who will address the class of 2017. Pat?
On behalf of the entire Board of Education, I'm honored to accept the Libertyville High School Class of 2017 for commencement. Dr. Lee, Dr. Scott, fellow members of the Board of Education, teachers and staff, parents, relatives, and friends. Tonight we come here to celebrate the accomplishments of these extraordinary graduates. They've done more during the last 4 years than we could ever have imagined when they started school 12 years ago. They've set new records in academics, athletics, fine arts, and a wide variety of other activities. And they've also given selflessly of their talents and time to support those in need in our local community and around the world. Tonight, we are proud of everything that they've accomplished, but more importantly, we are proud of who they've become. Their spirit, their enthusiasm, their compassion, and their drive to make a difference in their lives and in the lives of others have all helped to make our communities better. Tom Brokaw refers to those who fought in or performed work in support of World War II as this country's greatest generation. But I got to tell you, as I look out there tonight and I see these remarkable graduates, I think Mr. Brokaw would agree with me that the potential for this group before us may be even greater than anything that we've seen before. And students, I hope these last 4 years have inspired you as you have inspired us. I hope your experiences at LHS have challenged you and have given you the support and the guidance and the opportunities you needed to create the path that will lead you to become the person that you want to be. During your 4 years in high school, a lot has changed. 4 years ago, few of us could spell words like Brexit and Venmo. And if you've never heard about Venmo and you're a parent here this evening, I can assure you, you will by September. 4 years ago, who would have imagined the Cubs would win the World Series and give us a great example of making the impossible possible? And we've heard a lot about things like Ebola and Zika, and even the mumps came back after a long time being eradicated. But one thing's for certain, boredom's been eradicated, for it seems like there's always something to snap, to tweet, to text, to post, to like, to follow, to upload, to download, or otherwise grab our attention. And of course, it's harder than ever to find out what really happened as we sort through the real news, the fake news, the facts, and then all those alternative facts. These last 4 years have been a time of significant change in our world and for you. Some of you have told me you are now more independent, more accepting of people from different places, more open to ideas and lifestyles different than your own, and more curious than ever to discover those things you still know little about. And as a father of 3 District 128 graduates, I know this is a challenging place. And sometimes the pressure to perform can be overwhelming. It takes hard work, it takes dedication, perseverance, and a firm commitment to excellence to succeed here, and you've done that and more. LHS is a school to be proud of, and you should be proud of everything you've accomplished here. You left a remarkable example for all who will follow in your footsteps. You're not just part of the legacy of Libertyville High School, you've made that legacy even better. Tonight you will be high school graduates, and tomorrow begins a new chapter. Soon you will face even bigger changes, and everything that is familiar is about to change, and with that comes uncertainty, anxiety, and perhaps a temptation to turn back to the comforts of the past. But be confident. You leave LHS well prepared with a solid foundation that will withstand the turbulence of the challenges ahead. And my challenge to you is to allow these changes to happen. Find ways to thrive as the changes unfold. Embrace your new experiences with energy and passion. As great as LHS is your past now. Now is the time to look ahead, the time to explore even more about yourself. Now, you must reach even further beyond your comfort zone than you ever have before, even if it feels uncomfortable and frightening. Now is your time to push the envelope and test the limits of what you can do, not because someone else wants you to, but because you have within you the passion and drive it takes to do so. Now is your time to follow your dreams, even if they too change, as you open your eyes and mind to all that surrounds you. Now is your time to dream even bigger than ever, to create a bold new vision, or to come up with a revolutionary new idea of lasting significance. And before I close, I want to leave you with the words of a young teacher and social worker from the Philippines named Efren Peña Florida. Efren was a pushcart educator. His mission was to take his pushcart full of books and bring education to poor people in the Philippines as an alternative to gang membership. And in 2009, he was chosen from amongst 4,000 nominees to be CNN's Hero of the Year. And in his acceptance speech, he said, "Our planet is filled with heroes, young and old, rich and poor, men and women of different colors, shapes, and sizes. We are one great tapestry. Each person has a hidden hero within. You just have to look inside you and search it in your heart and be the hero to the next one in need. The hero in you is waiting to be unleashed. Serve. Serve well. Serve others above yourself, and be happy to serve. You are the change that you dream, as I am the change that I dream, and collectively, we are the change that the world needs to be." And so it is also with you. As you leave here tonight, take time to reflect on and be thankful for all those heroes you met here. Think about what they did to make them a hero to you, and then find that hero in you. Become a hero for others in the same way that others have been a hero for you. Leave here with an attitude that not only embraces change, but also one that inspires those changes to happen in a way that serves others with a lasting impact. Even when others say it can't be done, show them the impossible can be possible, and make your even bigger dreams come true. In the words of former President Barack Obama, it is you, the young and fearless at heart, the most diverse and educated generation in our history, who the nation is waiting to follow. And so, LHS Class of 2017, now's your turn to lead us where we need to go. Congratulations, and good luck with all your future endeavors.
And now, it is with great honor and pride that the District 128 Board of Education presents diplomas to the class of 2017. Will the Honor Guard please take their positions? As a reminder to the audience, each name is important and worthy of being heard. Please refrain from excessive applause that prevents us from hearing each and every name. Also, I'd like to remind graduates that professional photographers will be taking your picture on stage as you receive your diploma and at the bottom of the steps when you shake my hand. At this time, I'd like to call our honored readers, Ms. Meredith Tarzinski and Mr. Brian Kelly, to their respective podiums. And to begin our presentation, will the first row please rise?
Blair Alexandra Abington.
Alexis Cusick Acosta.
Lauren Kirsten Adari.
Mega Adja.
Justin Tyler Aguimira.
Nada Ahmad.
Manal Ahmad.
Mia Georgina Akers.
Amber Jenna Alak.
Tamara May Alak.
Samantha Keely Albright.
Haley Elizabeth Anderson.
Mitri Mark Anderson.
Nicholas Matthew Anderson.
Logan Fan Shen Archibald.
Kelly Erzmendi.
Leah Marie Armstrong.
William Robert Armstrong.
Adeline Rose Arnold.
Elizabeth Asha Aarons.
Vincent Thomas Arpino.
Jennifer Avalos.
Harrison Joseph Bach.
Michael Ku Baez.
Dominic James Baker.
Anne Catherine Barnett.
Brittany Lane Barrera.
Gabriella Erin Bassler.
Chandra Magdalena Baster.
Spencer Ryan Bomruck.
Emily Claire Baumstark.
Quinn Michael Beatty.
William Ezio Becker.
Grace Elizabeth Benner.
Skylar James Blacker.
Emily Marie Blackwell.
Emily Susan Blake.
Danielle Janet Blazer.
John Patrick Black.
Joshua Thomas Blockinger.
Nathan Bowe.
Ryan Robert Bogan.
Robin Kate Bonet.
Ryan Peter Bonet.
Wendy May Bornhoft.
John Nicholas Borowick.
Nelson Alexander Boyd.
Hannah Elizabeth Brandt.
Andrew James Bringle.
Julia Kaylin Bronswick.
Amanda Renee Brown.
Cody Mark Brown.
Anthony James Bricado.
Kyle Peter Bunsick.
Michelle Marie Burkett.
Nathan John Campbell.
Samantha Catherine Campbell.
Anthony Leonardo Campo.
Sarah Petra Carabello.
Anna June Carlson.
Meredith Esther Cashman.
Gabrielle George Castillo.
Molly Elizabeth Casey.
Alexis Michelle Cedarholm.
Trevor Scott Halupnik. Corbin Dosang Kang Chang.
Louis Matthew George Cherry.
Christine Tin Chi.
Luke Clayton Christensen.
Victoria Morales Christensen.
Jenna Elise Chutich.
Catherine Janine Kina.
Canon Christopher Klassen.
Julia Elizabeth Cleary.
Ryan Patrick Cleary.
Chase Hamilton Cole.
John Patrick Corkins.
Claire Elizabeth Kostakis.
Ryan Wolf Cody.
Parker James Coulter.
Mitchell Lee Cox.
Catherine Rose Crandall.
Britt Ann Dolan.
Jonathan Nicholas Dementi.
Catherine Irene Dane.
Alexis K. Darnell.
Henry James DeLuca.
Rebecca Lynn Diacetis.
Anna Noel Denoya.
Jack Dawson DeVroy.
Allie Marie Doherty.
Matthew Lee Doherty.
Nathan Tyler Doherty.
Kyle Andrew Domagala.
Stephen William Donovan.
Kelly Sarah Douglas.
Melissa Sarah Douglas.
Alexander Todd Douthit.
Ian Michael Down.
Jack Michael Downing.
Kirsten Margaret Draths.
Alexandra Grace Duffy.
Patrick Dennis Dunleavy.
Amy Nicole Dykstra.
Rose Elizabeth Zhurov.
Patrick Robert Early.
Hannah Jennifer Ebert.
Jenna Dosa Elgatit.
Emily Ann Elfering.
Nathan William Ellingson.
Madeline Virginia Ellis.
Logan J. Ennis.
Delia Elizabeth Eppel.
Robert Clayton Irvine.
Amanda Shu Yi Fan.
Renee K. Fayer.
Mariana Christine Fazekas.
Shane Fales Fireisel.
Andrzej Faklovich Jr.
William Chan Fenlon.
Michaela Lee Ferrara.
Isabel Francesca Ferreira.
Griffin Patrick Farrell.
Jamie Nicole Philissette.
Jillian Rose Filler.
Kayla Elizabeth Fiore.
Clarice Siobhan Fisher.
Maxwell Ferguson Flanagan.
Allison Marie Flores.
Elizabeth Ann Flores.
Itzel Priscilla Flores Salgado.
Olivia May Fordham.
Andrew Nathaniel Fortini.
Garrett David Folks.
Caroline Ava Free.
Marley Rose Fredrickson.
Eleanor Catherine Frega.
Joseph William Fusco.
Carl Owen Gartner.
Kelsey Marie Gaines.
Kenneth Mason Gallagher.
Victoria Guadalupe Gallardo.
Alejandro Garcia Escobar Plasencia.
Emma Alicia Garcia.
Joseph Daniel Gassick.
Jacob Andrew Jardina.
Ryan Patrick Gibbs.
Noah Andrew Giles.
Jason Allen Giza.
Jack Cedar Glenn.
Aiden Doherty Glynn.
Jake Everett Gobler.
Allison Michelle Goldman.
Isara Gonzalez.
Jackson Michael Goodman.
Keaton Lucas Goshorn.
Ellie Francis Goss.
Jennifer Graham.
Jeffrey Edward Gratz.
Elizabeth Marie Green.
Matthew David Grosskopf.
Caleb Michael Haddon.
Christopher Robert Hadevogel.
Ashley Christine Haith.
Lauren Nicole Hall.
Sarah Emily Hall.
Deborah Hope Hannigan.
Alexandra Marie Hansen.
Jacob Daniel Harris.
Sage Porter Hart.
Scott Anthony Hay.
Evan Robert Hurd.
Alexandre Wojtek Herkscher Gomez.
Michael Joseph Hegwood.
Hannah Elizabeth Harity.
Edward William Higginson II.
Hannah Bell Highsmith.
Samantha Marie Hilldale.
Ryan Thomas Herschel.
Katie Rita Hogan.
Emma Cecilia Hochberg Wassman.
Joseph Michael Honer.
Madeline Ann Hollinger.
Annie Hong.
Britt Treva Hauser.
Lucia Pilar Huerga.
Grace Mary Hurley.
Jose Miguel Hurtado.
Stephen Thomas Iannuzzi.
Hallie Nicole M.
Darren Carl Yos.
Corey Daniel Isaacs.
Abigail Ann Ivers.
Skylar Reese Jackham.
Andrew Carl Jacob.
Natalie Paige Jirac.
Charlotte Fallon Jarrett.
Trent Thomas Jean.
Mark Albert Jensen.
Michelle Teresa G.
Eric Kane Johnson.
Jamie Lynn Johnson.
Kira Elise Johnson.
Ryan Stephen Johnson.
Laura Ann Johnson.
Kyle John Russell Jones.
Tyler Joseph Jost.
William Cosgrove Junis.
Ashley Hope Junkins.
Jacob Andrew Kamen.
Rohan Sanjay Kaniad Chalil.
Kevin William Karahalios. Mikhail Yurevich Kazakului.
Grant Kevin Kearns.
Claire Elizabeth Keefe.
Kelly Maureen Keefe.
Connor Jacob Kennedy.
Filza Nafisa Khan.
Zoha Wahid Khan.
Samuel Quinn Carish.
Olivia Rose King.
Sabrina Rose Kite.
Callie Hannah Klein.
Wesley Scott Klepek.
John Elliott Knopf.
Brandon Richard Kolocheski.
Jack David Kosowski.
Lauren Kathleen Kosowski.
Michael Joseph Kotzen.
Angelo Kovachev.
Christopher Patrick Kovach.
Adam Koziel.
William Harrison Crum.
Robin Lee Kukler.
Brant Michael Kim.
Julia Marie LaBelle.
Isabella Rose Lamar.
Anne Elizabeth Lancaster.
Benjamin Gray Land.
Jessica Ann Lanty.
Emmett Joseph Lee.
Andrew Howard Leiser.
Brian Patrick LeMay.
Sarah Elizabeth Leonard.
Sarah Grace Lepick.
Jasmine Lee Chen.
Jack Liang.
Eric Nelson Lichtenberger.
Grace Elizabeth Lichter.
Anna Louise Lillidahl.
Connor Christian Lindsay.
Brianna Aaron Listman.
Kevin Thomas Lamo.
Janine Elizabeth Loveland.
Jacob Robert Luce.
Rachel Ann Lucas.
Maxwell Charles Lund.
Amelia Kennedy Lutz.
Grace Patricia Lynch.
Jeffrey Maxwell Lynch.
Anna Grace Lyon.
Lindsay Pearl Lyon.
Estelle Elizabeth Jalissa Mace.
Andrew Ross Madera.
Molly Elizabeth McGill.
Maxim Philip Manoilovich.
Lilith Rose Marcus.
Daniel Joseph Marks.
Martha Marquez.
Isabel Edward Mason.
Sarah Christine Mateer.
David Ara Matson.
Brian William McAuliffe.
Devin James McDermott.
Annika Michelle McDermott Hinman.
Leah Marie McEwen.
Dylan Paul McKernan.
Sarah Renee McLennan.
Cassandra Leanne McNulty.
Srujit Madharametla.
Mateo Minotti.
Abigail Rose Meyer.
Eric Joseph Meyer.
Hope Maria Michelotti.
Rachel Elizabeth Michaels.
Mary Catherine Mizela.
Simone Isabella McCallion.
Alexander Ryan Mitchell.
Naya Louise Mitchell.
Quinn Matthew Mooney.
Michaela Nicole Mosconi.
Emily Anush Mubayed.
Amanda Dale Mudd.
Jacob Hans Mueller.
Eric Franz Mueller.
Megan Sullivan Mullins.
Dylan Michael Munch.
Timothy John Murbach.
Maria Gabriela Mutis Ruiz.
Hunter Ann Myers.
Bailey Demitrovich Nassar.
Derek John Nedland.
Michelle Olivia Nee.
Allison Michelle Nelson.
Connor Ernst Nelson.
Hannah Elise Nelson.
Johanna Claire Nimmer.
Parker Aaron Knoll.
Madeline Rose Norris.
Annabelle Kate Oberreiner.
Morgan May O'Brien.
Justin Patrick Ochiltree.
John Patrick O'Connor.
Daniel K. O.
Margaret Rose O'Leary.
Ryan Shea Olin.
Emily Francis Olson.
Madeline Rose Olson.
Ryan Lester O'Malley.
Andrew James Onifer.
Christian Eli Ormson.
Eduardo Alejandro Osornio.
Margaret Francis O'Sullivan.
Jonathan Andrew Osmick.
Audrey Paige Paglia.
Sophia Alexandra Pardinas.
Nikhil Anand Patel.
Tanvi Vinod Patel.
Kyle Reed Patterson.
Morgan Adair Paul.
Lauren Elizabeth Paulson.
Sarah Jean Pavelski.
Cameron Rebecca Payton.
Zachary Charles Pearson.
Kara Lynn Louise Penhaligon.
Valeria Amezquita Perez.
Natalie Renee Peritano.
Jackson Albert Peterson.
Joshua Ewan Peterson.
Tatiana Antoinette Petrazilka.
Dylan Joseph Petz.
Matthew John Pacetti.
Angela Lynn Piedrahita.
Evan William Pinsal.
Robert Franklin Plore.
Ettore Alfonso Posterly.
Patrick Michael Potts.
Allison Claire Prey.
Matthew Dempsey Price.
Travis E. Hui Ching.
Bridget Eileen Quigley.
Michael Raymond Quigley.
Brandon James Reed.
Sophia Verbino Rego.
Jacob Joseph Reichert.
Ethan Cole Rydell.
Mason Jacob Reyes.
Stephen Carl Richardson.
Emma Grace Richard.
Rebecca Nicole Richter.
Amanda Evelyn Rigsby.
Elizabeth Ann Roach.
Meredith Lee Robbins.
Carly Madeline Roberts.
Clark Evans Robertson.
Cameron Michael Robinson.
Jeffrey R. Roche.
Brittany Amber Rochester.
Alex Ray Rodriguez.
Jonathan Arthur Rogan.
Vanessa Roman.
Nathan Videla Rosenberg.
Samantha Marie Ross.
Lucas Dante Rossetti.
Kenzie Victoria Rother.
Brandon James Rule.
Olivia Lorraine Rush.
Jack Preston Ruskell.
Amelia Marie Ruzika.
Grayson Dolores Bryan.
Connor Daniel Salata.
Daniel Christian Samuelson.
Georgia Elizabeth Sampson.
Troy Robert Sanchez, otherwise known as Willie the Wildcat, for 4 years.
Jack Logan Sanders.
Emily Ruth Sanderson.
Victor James Sartain.
Reed James Sadizan.
Lucy Elaine Saucedo.
Daniel Joseph Schellen.
James Regan Schuneman.
Kyle Roger Schilling.
Casey Lynn Cosette Schmid.
Jeffrey Patrick Schneider.
Michael James Sefton.
Arthi Sai Sakaran.
Sydney Elise Sheldon.
Elizabeth Ann Shipman.
Cecilia Rose Shoemaker.
Caroline Diane Short.
Ariba Siddiqui.
Leah May Sakand.
Benjamin Jackson Skeens.
Jacob Peter Slater.
Lauren Sloan.
Alexander Marvin Smith.
Ethan Gerard Smith.
Jonathan Francisco Smith.
Rebecca Marie Smurs.
Riley Aaron Sneen.
Emily Marie Saranis.
Grant William Spalding.
Ryan Nicole Spracklin.
Sydney Kate Spracklin.
Christopher Michael Stanek.
Tyler Matthew Starr.
Mariah Joy Steinhaus.
Catherine Marie Stelling.
George William Sterner.
Elizabeth Stroud Stevens.
Haley Hokalani Stevenson.
Jack Howard Stickney.
Sean David Strohmeyer.
Megan Catherine Steronis.
Lucy Sun.
Daniela Sutik.
Benjamin William Swift.
Brian Robert Simzak.
Jackson Jaron Taff.
Min Tan.
Brandon Christopher Tang.
Veronica Autumn Torello.
Ian Scott Thompson.
Joseph Leon Tobiaski.
Rachel Marie Tobler.
Kien Chi Tran.
Maya Nelson Trott.
Jason Eric C.
Alexandra Helena Turco.
Eric Douglas Turner.
Taylor Melissa Underwood.
Megan Ruth Van Dixhorn.
Dante Louis Vicini.
Patrick David Vickers.
Justin Louis Veith.
Scott Robert Villiard.
Elizabeth Ryan Vogue.
Dina Sarwat Wahid.
Nicholas Lars Alavi Walquist.
Kyle Andrew Wanda.
Paige Lauren Ward.
Ariba Bushra Wasim. Haley Hill Watson.
Michael Emerson Watt.
Jessica Christine Webb.
Riley Lynn Weiss.
Brian George Weiss.
Marcus James Whitecamper.
Addison Robert Whitney.
Emily Elise Wilson.
Shelby LaRue Wilson. Katie Rose Shue.
Michaela Rose Yukas.
Brandon Michael Zaccaro.
Vivian Abigail Zaretsky.
Ricardo Zelaya.
Chloe Elise Zwern.
Hannah Emily Zwern.
Victoria Justina Zygmunt.
Members of the class of 2017, please stand. Graduates, at this time, move your tassel from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you graduates of the class of 2017.